So here's what's left of the Colosseum. So we're here. We're just kind of waiting on a tour. Just reading some of this. It's just, it's crazy. Like, here's these steps. Like, this is what they're digging up. They're digging up remnants of the fire from 64, the year 64, when Nero was emperor, and then this would have been before, probably another 30 years, 60, 70, 80, 15, 20 years before the Colosseum was ever started. So this is the palace, or the Palatine, up there. That's where Caesar was killed. We'll walk up there later after this. But that's where Caesar was killed, stabbed on the steps. This is where Nero. This was I guess houses, more so residential. They caught on fire. They burnt. They couldn't put the fire out for a couple days, 3 or 4 days. They finally did. Whatever. Supposedly that's where the rumor that Nero sat there and watched it, which nobody really believes is true anymore, because actually he was not even in Rome when it happened. But so they built that, and then here's the Emperor Flavian's amphitheater. So that was built 65, 70 CE. So that's pretty cool. Titus, Emperor Titus. Art.
The Romans conquered Judea. Judea is modern day Israel, okay? And in fact, everything depicted inside represents the military campaign. You can see prisoners of war was a very important concept because the monetary.
This the conquering of Judea.
We have an ancient court, a supreme court, the largest court ever.
So she said this stuff is all covered in marble, and that's the old court right here.
I want to show you a picture.
This is Nero's palace. That's an original movie. That's new. Lisa, who's your friend? So this is the palace of the guy that actually did underneath. So the 3 emperors kind of worked on the Colosseum, and Flavius, Titus, and this is Domitian. He's the one that did the underground stuff. So this was a Pope residence. He built this palace as a summer house. So this is Renaissance. Unlike that basilica is over there. Much older.
This is a Latin word meaning house of Emperor Tiberius. Second Roman emperor. Tiberius was the son of Augustus.
This is the house of Tiberius, the second Roman emperor after Augustus. I also believe he was great-great-grandfather of Captain Kirk, James Tiberius Kirk. So this is the basement level of the house of Emperor Tiberius. So obviously the house is gone. See the concrete?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's old Roman concrete. Like, yeah, they invented concrete. It's still here today.
But the Romans used a lot of this kind of architecture because thanks to the use of the architect, the light and the air, and then temples everywhere. Imagine everything standing, everything completely decorated in marble.
See the arch right there? You see the columns? See how they're like, they're stacked. Yeah. So this is still the basement. This is the foundation. So this is still the foundation of
Yes, this is the foundation
Tiberius's
of the
house?
Tiberius. Yes, again, where you see those people there, that was. Why? Because you have to imagine that in these holes back then stood iron pillars, iron brackets used to hold.
This is still in the underneath the palace of Tiberius. We're going to like the basement part area still. It's freaking massive. I don't know, what is that, 60? How tall is that, like 60 feet or something? So this would have been like covered in marble too. Like so all these, everything where you see these little squares. So even this hallway would have been marble clad.
So this is a church. This kind of art is not from Greek letters. Okay, so this is art from East. Why? This is Byzantine art, because as you know, the Roman Empire.
So this is the Tiberius house. Right, so this is like 700 years, like 700 CE. It's when the Byzantium Empire had taken over. They'd come back and the Roman Empire kind of left it, so they took it and so this is not Roman, this would have been from the Byzantine Empire. Yellow, blue, white, red. That's the four colors. And then green in the 5th century. So she was saying like all the arches would have been, everything outside would have been covered in marble and then painted or painted. So with those four colors. It's just a pile of rubble. It's just a pile of marble. Look. So it's just where they picked it up. They just not significant for anything, I guess. So just leave a pound up there.
Hey.
So those are the Greek style with the fluted, and that's the Roman. They weren't fluted so much. So this is the Temple of Apollo. So the Romans really did, they based a lot on Greek style, or the Greek god. So even I think Augustus was supposedly the illegitimate son of Apollo through his mom. And even Julius Caesar, I think, promoted that at the time. Said, oh yeah, they didn't believe it, but he just kind of said, like, yeah, sure. He was the son of Apollo.
Jerk off, just supposed to be.
Who did?
Jerk off movie.
So she's saying there's only like 3 original triumphal arches left in Rome. And they said there was, I think she said 300 at one time. So it's just 3 left. Street. Horses and that looks new, doesn't it?
What?
That's the original Parliament. Like that looks like a new building. This big square one right here.
Oh yeah, kind of.
I mean, if I looked around here, I wouldn't say like, yeah, that one is, 2,000 years old. Gosh, dang, that's really wild.
Yeah.
I don't see, like, this is probably not the original Roman street. So that's like an original Roman street. Oh, look at these pots. Look at that. Boys, you see it? Showed us that palace over there. It was that statue up there. It's the top. That's a building from 18. Anyway, so that's where the tomb of the unknown soldier is from World War I. 650,000 Italians. People forget often that the Italians were on. They were part of the axis of evil. So I don't know if that's a big memorial for us.
Their main job was to keep the fire burning inside. That's why they were dirty, because they couldn't have.
So this is where the Vestal Virgins that kept the fire lit, that kept the heart of Rome lit. So they worked here, lived there. But if you look here, it's kind of cool. You can see. So looks like this was reconstructed, but you can see the old marble. The parts and pieces that they found, they were able to put back in there. So, and then the rest of this is reconstruction, I guess. So you see, like in that corner right there, this right here. So I have my tour guide in my ear, so that's what I'm listening to, what she's saying, and kind of, I don't know, some of the stuff I know, some of this I'll update later. I don't want to talk too much in front of the tour. It's small. That's what she said. Get off the... You can't... That's ancient. He's just like, don't care. It's just rubble. Like all these blocks and stuff. This used to be stuff, and then like the papacy and the barbarians took everything, reused it. Like look at that column right there. Look at that one. See that one?
Yeah.
This stuff's just laying around. They probably have no idea where this stuff went or how to put it back in a proper type place. So this is a temple from the Emperor Alexander.
And the Romans, to bring them here.
And then it was turned into a church, probably by the Byzantines again. So they just added to it. After the Roman Empire fell, people just came back and either took the stuff or reused it for a different purpose. So those red columns would have been marble out of Rome, or out of Egypt, not Rome. Like this one would be from a different region also. So the Roman marble is only white, but they used marble from all over that region or different places to build with. So, but all the stuff from actually Rome is white. Some more like Egyptian marble. So these are the original. These were laid down here like 2,000 years ago or better. These other ones are replaced, but you think she's gonna turn her microphone off when she goes in there? She'll be dropping the deuce like, whoa.
Oh my god.
I would totally do that.
In the back. Is that your chain trick? Never pass up a place to sit?
What?
Pass up a
Oh,
place.
yeah. Never miss a chance to sit down.
So you can see the newer, this is rebuilt, and then that's the old original. Like that's the sections, the original. So it's 52, 53, 54. So they still had to buy tickets, and then you went into the ticket, got you in that gate, so you could go in and go up. It's crazy that that's still 2,000 years later the way we go into a sporting event. So it only took 8 years to build this place. That's crazy. 8 years. Trained. They were trained first. It's pretty big. Like it's pretty cool. Just think that it's almost 2,000 years old. It's crazy. That's a door that goes to the training area for the gladiators. So then they would leave there and they would come over and then walk over to the Coloseum and then go in. For those about to die, we salute you. This is Imperial Gate. So those are original seats. What's left of the original seats? There's the Keystone, that's one. Big one. So it says like, I think it was like, I've heard 50 to 80,000 people could be in this place at one time. Plus it had like a covered roof. They said to keep the sun out of people's eyes, but from what I've seen, I think it's to keep the rain off their head. Those are the cages where the animals would have been kept. All this other stuff would have been like other people moving around and stuff like that, but then the cages would have been there.
We call arena, the name arena comes from the Colosseum. the stage Coloseum in Sicily. So they put a layer of sand on the wooden.
So she was saying that the water, so when they filled this with water for the naval battles, that was a long time ago. They did do it, but then it took so much water and all that kind of stuff to do it, then they stopped, and then that's when this built it. So it would have been down there that they did the naval battles in the water. After they stopped doing that, she said they did it for like 8 years. After they stopped doing that, that's when they built this up. So they built all this up, and then that's when they used. So then they put a floor, a roof, or a wooden platform like that over there. That's when they covered this whole thing with that. But before that, this was all the way down. So they used to fight down there. They built this up later. So this is like a recreation of the floor that would have covered this whole thing, and those trap doors. Should have used the wooden pulleys or the steel bracing, but or the steel cable. It's all probably ropes. The other thing she said was that the lions that they used to fight in here, like, so they were actually native to, I always thought they brought them in, but they were native to Italy. So they used all these lions were big, but they would fight them and kill them and all this kind of stuff. But that's actually, they did it so much with the lions that they actually became extinct here on the Italian peninsula. So I didn't realize that. That's pretty cool. Where? What?
Or maybe it's a ramp.
This one here? Yeah, they're just getting ready to.
The column.
The column is full of dirt. I don't see it.
In the column?
Yeah.
Looking.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. In the back there. Yeah. So they got extra. They got to dig all that dirt out still. So it looks like they're laying marble all the way around this thing. I guess part of some kind of renovation. So it's kind of weird. It's weird. Oh my gosh. She was saying so in 1994 she could just walk through this. Like there was no tickets. You could just walk around. She said 1994 is when they excavated the lower part of the arena there, and so before that you could just, like, she would go in there with her friends, and they would just, you could go walk in there, drink a Coke, have a picnic, whatever. Like there was no tickets, or it was just random. You could just randomly walk through the place. Same thing with the Palazza and everything like that. All this was, she said that, like, her and her friend, like, people would just go in there and just take stuff like rocks and pieces of marble and stuff. Nobody cared. Like until, like, literally the end of the 20th century, I guess. They just, hey, there's an umbrella. They didn't care about tourism, and they didn't care about all these artifacts here. It was just stuff that was in the way.